Hey everyone, how are you? Glad to finally get this going again. Slowly but surely, but I'm definitely getting it started. It's a pleasure to be back. It's a pleasure to be able to do things in video, or on video, I guess I should say, where there will be not changes, but I guess additions, I guess. There will be more of this. I like doing more of this because it is a bit closer. I'll do it both for you guys exclusively, but I'll also be doing more stuff on YouTube. I'll be doing more BTP Weekly. I guess that title will soon become a little bit, I guess, incongruent with how much content I'm going to be putting on there. All of that stuff, in addition to what I do here, will be added on to the Patreon site. The next couple of weeks, I'll have some people that I'll be interviewing exclusively for Patreon, mind you. It's not for Beyond the Pitch. Now, Beyond the Pitch stuff I will put on Patreon, but it will not be the exclusive stuff that you, of course, are here for. And in addition, all the stuff that I'm writing for sport, it'll be in Spanish, obviously, but once my good friend, when my good friends over at Sport over in English do translate it, I will have the English link up. So I will do my best to have that up for you, and you will have that news there. So of course that will be going on. There'll be a couple of new things that I'll be doing, and I look forward to it. Now, for those of you that are looking for options as far as the Ascenso is concerned, there could be some news along the way. I just want to leave it at that because I've been speaking to people as far as that's concerned, and there could be some changes there in terms of rights as far as that Mexican league is concerned. There could be some as far as the Argentine league is concerned, but not right now. That would be in December because of contracts that will be changing hands in the next few months. So that could be changing in a very big way. We'll see what happens there. As far as I'm concerned, I will be focusing on La Liga. I will be focusing on Serie A. I will be focusing obviously on Champions League, South America, Mexico. Those usual ones will always remain the same. La Liga and Serie A will be added on to my plate of viewing and my plate of analysis and my plate of whatever else needs to be done in terms of what those leagues do offer. I will let you know also what no, this is not Inter Miami. There's just some old Miami Heat shirt that I'm wearing. I'm looking to do more stuff with Inter Miami. We'll see. I don't know how much or if it will get off the ground. That's something I will definitely let you know from the get-go. And it'll be interesting. I definitely guarantee you that part for sure. You will know week by week, hey, I'll be doing this here, I'll be doing that there. That will definitely be something you will be well aware of when the time comes, as far as commentary, as far as studio appearances, as far as anything is concerned that I'm doing, you will know. Now, before I continue, thank you, Claudia, because I asked people about questions for this week's Q&A session. And girl, boy, you just absolutely, you took me to town. Man. Okay, my first question that you offer me is James going to Atletico Madrid? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it because of the Asensio injury, and it doesn't look like it because Bale is not going anywhere either, or at least it seems. It was reported, I want to say Friday or Saturday, that James is not going anywhere. He's going to stay. There needs to be more attacking options. There aren't enough attacking options. Now, this is where the fight between Florentino Perez and Zinedine Zidane begins once again. Because one of the reasons why Zidane left in the first place was that he didn't have that type of power to decide which players were going to be staying, which were going to be gone. And now he really is in a situation where he doesn't have much of a choice. He has to keep Bale or James and Bale, or however you want to look at it, because he doesn't have enough players, or he doesn't have enough quality players to fulfill what needs to be fulfilled. And as we know, with Ronaldo departing last season, you saw a big dip in not just form, but a big dip as far as production offensively is concerned. That's worrying as far as Real Madrid is concerned. Luka Jovic already injured a bit. And Hazard still not getting off to a wonderful start, or the start that many anticipated he would have. And actually, he's just getting killed in Madrid. That's something that is quite shocking. So, in the event Eden Hazard isn't working, well, who do you have? Asensio's gone for the season. Isco, okay, Isco can do all right, but Isco can do very well with shorter passes. He's not a good, or he's not as useful, I should say. I shouldn't say not good. He's not as useful in terms of longer passing, going a bit more vertical as far as his passes are concerned. And of course, up top, you have Jovic, but you also have Benzema. Is that enough? The answer is probably no. Where I kind of have a bit of confusion, if, let's say, James were to go to, let's say, everything changes, and he were to go to Real Madrid, to Atletico Madrid, I don't see him as that option. I don't see him as a player fitting in with Simeone. He has to commit to a lot of things that he hasn't done before, especially defend, dropping back and being part of the collective, and that's not James to a certain extent. He's done a little bit more as time has gone by, and I remember an interview I had with Lothar Matthäus, and he said, you know what, if James dropped back more, if James were more collaborative, he'd be even a better world-class player than he is now. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. So, is that something that you look at when it comes to James Rodriguez? Yeah, it is a possibility that you're going to see him at Real Madrid. And I don't know. I don't know what the future has in store as far as he's concerned, to be quite honest with you. You also asked about, will Juan Fernando Quintero go to Europe soon? If so, where do you think he might be? That's a question nobody knows yet. He hasn't started playing yet. He should get back into action somewhere around September. And I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, number one, because River wants him for Copa Lib. Number two, you aren't sure with a player like him at this stage with an injured knee how he's going to react. We have to see how he comes back. Does he come back 100? It looks like he looks in good shape, but I don't know what's going to happen when he has to get into game speed. When he starts looking at the possibility of having to play at a different rate, at a different speed, with a different bit of physicality. Now, that's a big question. When he gets that first knock, we'll know if he's okay or not. Because sometimes that first knock has you think twice. It makes you, kind of think twice about what you need to do and what you need to have done in terms of beating a player, in terms of going after a 50-50 ball. Those types of things. If you're injured, you think twice about it. But once you suffer that first knock, okay, you get back up and you see you're fine. Okay, that's the end of it. That's pretty much the key. So I don't know if he's going to be going anywhere soon. And what I mean by that, next year or two. I think he's very comfortable at River. He's been one of the best players, if not the best player, when he's been playing in Argentine football. If you look at him, he might get another chance. Now that window starts to slowly get smaller and smaller now that he starts to get into 26, 27, 28. He's not 28 yet, but he's getting to be 26, 27. So therein lies the problem, okay? Do you wait for him one more year and then sell him, or what do you do? Because at that point, depending on how he does, and if he plays very well, then you have a great player to be able to bring in. Now, if you sell a Quintero, that would probably open the door to bringing back a Pity Martinez. I don't know, because Pity definitely wants to leave. Now, I'll say it here, because I've had a lot of people give me crap about it on social media. Pity didn't want to go. Pity didn't want to go to Atlanta, especially after he found out that Tata Martino wasn't going to coach there. He wanted to go to Atlanta because of Tata Martino. He didn't want to go there because of Frank de Boer. I'll just keep it simple. Number 3. What are your hopes for the youngest Colombian on the national team and at the under 21s and maybe even younger? Good future. Good future. And you know what? What I like about Carlos Queiroz that maybe was lacking with Jose Peckerman at this point is that Queiroz is more active with the youth. Queiroz is in Colombia. He's actually living in... Peckerman wasn't. Peckerman was not living in Colombia. He'd come in, he'd do his things, but you see Queiroz more involved with the Colombian program, and that's a very positive thing going into the future. You slowly start to see a different mentality as far as the Colombian player is concerned. And that's going to help too. Cucho Hernandez is top of the list as far as that's concerned. You also start looking at a few other players in terms of the national team. You start looking at... I want to start saying like Andres Balanta. You start looking at Andres Amaya, those types of players from the under 20s. And yeah, they have future. Now, again, to be able to put them in a situation where you say these guys are the future, it's still a long ways to go. Because they could be flops just as good as they could be, the next, they could surpass James Rodriguez and Falcao and whoever else is on the national team in this in this current generation. So that's the big question mark. I've been coughing like crazy, so I need something to really constantly hydrate my throat. Tremendous. Another question that you had, Claudia. How would you like to... What would you like to see happen with Latinos in MLS, particularly ones in the United States, but players? I don't understand that. Which MLS coaches do you like? Oh, yeah, there's a few, man. Gio Savares is tremendous. I've always been a fan of Gio. Worked with Gio when he was at ESPN. But I think the world of him. I think the world of Guillermo Barros Schelotto. I think the world of Matias Almeida. I think the world of who am I missing? Yeah, those three. To me, those are the top 3 coaches. I know I'm missing another coach here and there, but I thought a great deal about Oscar Pareja when he was here. As far as the American coaches, I don't think too highly of them. I really don't rate many of them, if any. I just don't, not because it's very... Now, I admire Bob Bradley. I think he was one of those few coaches that was willing to get out of his comfort zone, willing to get out the comfort zone that is Major League Soccer, and be able to at least try to go to a team and coach Egypt and coach Le Havre and coach over at Swansea. Yeah, Swansea was not a very good bet for him, but still, he went. He did it, which is something Bruce Arena can never say, which is something many of the other coaches can't say, or Jesse Marsch right now over in Germany can, and he's trying, and he's looking to evolve. He's looking to get out of that shell, and I think that's a very positive thing. And you can only get better as a coaching fraternity if you decide to do that, if you encourage people to go out and get out of their comfort zone and get out of the MLS comfort zone. So yeah, I definitely think that's as far. What are your hopes for the with Lati? I like to see MLS to get more involved with Latinos, and I think it's very cookie cutter how they do it. I think it's extremely cookie cutter how Latinos get involved with MLS, and it's just... At the beginning of the season, they bring in the Hispanic players to go to Telemundo, to Univision, and hey, Latino involved, and they forget about it the rest of the time. It's kind of like every 4 years that political parties worry about Latinos just to get their vote. That's how MLS treats Latinos as far as marketing is concerned. It's something that's not very, very involved. Maybe LAFC does it differently. Maybe. I'm not too involved with them, but what I know, they're a bit different in terms of that. So I shouldn't say everyone, but the league itself, I really don't see them looking to get Latinos more involved in the game. I don't see the Latino coverage as extensive. Maybe a handful here and there, but that's about it. Nothing else. I think that needs to happen more. Why does Zidane seem to have it in for Bale? Well, Bale wasn't one of his boys. Bale was never an option for him. He wanted out the first time. The reason why he didn't leave was because Florentino didn't want to get rid of him. Now he can't get rid of him, so he has to kind of deal with him at this point and have it in. I don't know. I don't know why he has it in. Just because, I mean, you could say the same thing that he said with James, and he's had it with a lot of people. But Zidane is a personality. Oh, and then thank you for the... Yeah, I'm actually going to put the trailer for the Carlos Tevez trailer on Netflix in the next few days. I just got to get... I got to see if Netflix will send me an actual trailer or if there's a trailer I can find of it that is worth posting here on Patreon, of course. If you can't... Now, check Netflix, and please let me know if you can see it. If you can see it, great. If you can't, that's cool too. What I would recommend is to get some type of VPN, so you can get it on your tablet and be able to find a way. I'll experiment with it, and if I figure it out, I'll definitely let you know how to play, how to do it, and then I'll be more than happy to share that with you. I forget. Okay. The very important. Oh, okay. Oh, now we're getting into the good stuff, guys. The U.S. teams or cities that are or will be the best for women's soccer. What are the high... Okay, let me start backwards. What are the high points for Colombian women's soccer? Having qualified for the previous World Cups, not this one. Right now, of course, we winning the Libertadores, not this year, but last year. Although there was a lot of political strife because of it. As I said, qualifying for the Olympics, being able to have a generation of good players. Actually, I'm going to see if I have Melissa Ortiz. She's not a good friend, but she's a person that I constantly exchange messages with on social media. And she's a great fountain of knowledge. I mean, most of the Colombian girls are a great fountain of knowledge as far as what's going on. Of course, Catalina Perez and Chelsea Vargas as well. Some great girls that have done a great deal for the game. Some live here in the U.S. and have been able to go to Colombia and play. Some haven't, and they're looking to help the game grow in Colombia. And there's a great deal of resistance still, as far as the administration is concerned. But if it's one of the positive things that CONMEBOL has done, it's not forcing teams, but requiring teams to have a women's side in order to play at the international level. I think that's fair enough, and I think that's going to help a great deal. Did I answer your questions? Yes, I think I did, as best I can. Again, leave them all. I'm going to do my best to at least once a week answer these questions. Again, make sure you follow me on YouTube. I'll put my link so you can subscribe, and make sure you get the little bell icon as well, just for extra stuff. A lot of that stuff, of course, as well, I will put on Patreon, but this is more exclusive for you guys. Like I said, audio, video, a lot of that stuff, writing, kind of on top of writing for sport, on top of doing it, I think it ends up being more personable to be able to speak to you via video, and you actually get to understand what me communicating better in terms of using this outlet, using this platform instead of writing every single time. Hope you guys enjoy. I look forward to seeing from you. Remember, also in the next couple of weeks, I will also have my conference call with you guys. Those of you my other tiers as far as membership is concerned. So make sure that you keep a heads up on that, and we'll make sure that everything is all in the right place, and we continue on as football starts to get good this time of year. I look forward to talking to you guys soon, and I hope that everything is going well with you. Kick ass, take names. Talk to you soon. Peace.